Hi everyone, this is Silas from AsianCultureVulture.com. I'm back from Toronto. Catch all the stories from there on the site www.asianculturevulture.com. I'm now at the London Film Festival, my home city, and a festival on our doorstep. And we're here at the Mayfair Hotel in Mayfair, one of the most exclusive parts of London, to meet some directors who've had the world premieres of their films here. So join me inside and the ACV team as we interview the directors for the London Film Festival.
Welcome to AsianCultureVulture.com, Dar Gai. Tell me a little bit about your film, Namdev Bhau, In Search of Silence. Welcome to Asian Culture Vulture.
Thank you. You pronounce Namdev Bhau quite well, really well.
I'm so happy that I have. Well, congratulations on your film. Tell me a little bit about it and how did it all come about?
I think, everyone who is coming to Bombay, first thing that we're experiencing as soon as we're stepping out of the airport is just noise. So apparently Bombay is louder than London and New York by around 46, 48 times.
Oh my God.
Like 46, 48, So I have friends who live in London and they always complain about, how noisy it is. They need to go to Isle of Skye, experience silence. For me, London is it's a heaven on earth because I can't hear any honk. In Bombay, you can hear a honk every second, literally every second.
Oh yes, there's taxi drivers constantly honking.
Yes.
But in your film when you set it up, there's a lot of different kinds of noises because in the morning you hear religious sounds, people playing arti, then you hear the phone, and then you hear the milkman, then you hear the street vendors. You've captured all that in your story, but what made you want to explore the story of a man who's tired of noise? I mean, tell us a bit about the plot line and why did you want to do this film?
So I think at that point of time we were finishing our first feature film, 3.5, and we took a small break with my crew and we went to small mountain city in Maharashtra to do our post-production of the film. And while we were doing that, we were just discussing with each other and complaining to each other that Bombay is just so noisy and we really dislike being in Bombay for too long because of the noise. And my sound designer was there. He was complaining from sound design point of view how difficult it is to record any dialogues. So, and then the idea was born about the man who's, as all of us, just tired of noise. And at the same time also he lives next to highway on the one side, airport on another side, and railway station. And his wife just doesn't close her mouth. She talks from the morning till the evening. He has an uncle who's drunk all the time, and he's living next to the temple. So combination of all this, of course, will drive anyone mad. And so I thought to create the story around the driver who's been driving for the last most probably 45, 50 years. And a couple of years ago, he found this article which says that in the world, there are only 3 places which has 0.001 decibel of noise. And one of those places are in Ladakh, in mountains. So he decides to leave everything, his wife, his work, and to go on this weird journey to find silence, just to experience physical silence. So this is how I guess the film was born.
Okay, now it sounds fascinating. And then, of course, on the journey he meets a young boy who thinks it's part of a game to travel with him. He's also constantly chatting. And the journey continues. I mean, we don't want to give away the full story, but from your point of view, making a film where you've got a young actor and an older actor, did it bring any kind of problems or issues? And who plays those 2 characters?
So the main character, Namdev Bhau, his real name is Namdev Bhau.
Okay.
And he's actually a driver.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's been driver for the last 40 years.
Okay.
And
how did you find him then?
So he was a driver of the family of my producer.
Okay.
My producer knows him since he was born. And when I met him, I found that he has such an incredible nature. He has a really black sense of humor, really dark sense of humor, the way how he's being ironic and sarcastic with people around. I was just fascinated by it. And when I started writing the script, somehow I gave him name, Namdev, my main character, and I was describing the way how Namdev in real life is. I was giving him the same kind of characteristics in the script. And when the script was done, I showed to my producer. He said, please change the name now, otherwise you will get too attached and we'll have to cast Namdev Bhau. I was really attached, and we casted Namdev Bhau.
And he was happy to act.
He was extremely happy. He hasn't ever left Bombay in his life.
Okay.
He hasn't ever been on the plane. And so for him, it was first time when he was traveling somewhere outside of Bombay, outside of Maharashtra. And he was feeling like a king. Like all my 80s assistant directors, they were running around him, holding umbrella or carrying him somewhere. And he was really happy about it. Like for him, it was completely new experience.
Okay.
And of course, it was difficult because Ladakh has very high altitude. And he used to have some heart issues, so we had to give him break days and like to take care of him. But I think he was like the strongest from the entire crew.
What did you have to give him, sorry?
We had to give like some rest to him so that he will,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but, it's quite interesting. He never really speaks in the film.
Yes. Well, he has the least lines. Yeah, I think his first word is chicken, which comes almost like in the second half of the film.
Yeah, but that must be hard to do also as an actor, to get them to be silent.
Yes.
Even though the film is about silence in that sense. So, what is your own background? Like, I was just reading about you, and it says that you trained in the Ukraine. And how did you arrive in India and get involved in filmmaking?
So I was studying in Kiev, and I was studying philosophy, and at the same time I was enrolled in different theater groups. I was organizing theater festivals, art exhibitions, so I was kind of involved in all the possible and impossible activities of Kiev. And once I was done with my degree, I somehow felt that I know Western culture quite well, and I want to experience the East because I was fascinated by Indian mythology, by Chinese mythology and philosophy. So I sent my CVs to different schools in the East and organization and corporations. So it was Korea, Japan, China, India. And I got different invitations to join, starting from small companies to schools and universities and galleries in Korea, Japan. And somehow one of the letters was from school in Gwalior. It's a small city next to Agra, Scindia School. And I looked up, and it was interesting, boys boarding school, very with interesting traditions, quite old school. So I thought, why not? And I booked my ticket, and I came to India. So I was teaching German language and theater art, and I had to conduct 3 theater plays. And first I had to be there only for 6 months. They asked me to stay, so I stayed for another 6 months. And then I was invited to teach screenwriting and creative writing in Bombay. So I decided, okay, let me just stay for another 1 year.
Okay.
And it became 3 years, 4 years, and now I think it's altogether being 7 years.
So will Namdev Bhau be shown in India, or has it already been shown?
Yes, actually, in fact, right now I'm coming back, and we're premiering at Mami Festival in Mumbai, and then it's an opening film at Dharamsala Film Festival.
Okay, well, Dar Gai, best of luck with that, and lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.